Hello everyone, I am Balaji Rao. Welcome to BR Max class. In last class, we learned the proof of Bayes theorem. In this class, we will do the problems related to exercise number 13.3, class 12 probability chapter. So many students, they feel difficult to understand these questions. I'll tell you a trick. With the trick, you can understand these problems very easily. So you try to understand full solution of first problem, right? Once the solution of first problem is over, then you will get clear idea that what way we do these problems. Okay, so first let's see what they are asking in the question. And meanwhile, and one more thing, in last class we learned about Bayes theorem of derivation. In last class we learned Bayes theorem derivation, right? Proof of Bayes theorem we done. In case if you not watched that video, all videos playlist link will be given in the description. You please check once description box. Okay, so this is Bayes theorem formula. Bayes theorem formula is nothing but it looks like conditional probability. So for this third exercise, to do third exercise, conditional probability knowledge is must. That means you must be good in first exercise of exercise number 13.1 problems. If you are good in exercise number 13.1, then you can understand this exercise number 13.3. Otherwise, there are chances that you may feel it is difficult. See, P probability of EI by A. Actually, it is conditional probability type only, right? Okay, so first point, students feel difficult to understand these problems. Okay, how to avoid that difficulty? I'll tell you trick. You please follow the trick for all the problems of this exercise. Second point, you must be good in exercise number 13.1, that is about conditional probability. Okay, now try to understand what they are asking in the question. What they are asking in the question: a bag contains 4 red and 4 black balls. There is a bag which contains 4 red and 4 black balls. Okay, another bag is there. Oh, one more bag is there. Another bag contains 2 red and 6 black balls. So 2 bags are there here. First bag contains 4 red, 4 black balls. Second bag contains 2 red and 6 black balls. Okay, so here what we are doing, one of 2 bags is selected at random. One of 2 bags is selected. Total 2 bags are there. Na? I'll suppose this is bag 1 and suppose this is bag 2. What they are saying, one of 2 bags is selected at random and ball is drawn from the bag. Ball is drawn from the bag. We'll select one bag first. See, that is what this is saying. We'll select one bag first. After that, we'll draw a ball from that bag. We'll draw a ball from that bag. Okay. And they given that which is found to be red. Which is found to be red. Okay. Whatever ball you drawn from respect to bag, that drawn ball is red. Good. Find the probability that the ball is drawn from first bag. See, in Bayes theorem, all the problems, first point, you need to know these things. What are E1, E2, E3 from the question? You need to understand. Sometimes it is E1, E2 only. Sometimes E1, E2, E3 will be there. Sometimes E1, E2, E3, E4 also will be there. Most of the times we will get E1, E2 or E1, E2, E3 from the question. What I am saying, to apply Bayes theorem, you must be good to understand what are EIs. From after reading the question, you need to find out what is E1, what is E2, and what is A, and what they are asking us to calculate. If you know these 4 things, these problems are dead easy. So after reading any problem, you please focus on identifying what are EIs. What is E1, what is E2, what is A from the question. If you understand that, these things are easy. Okay, how to identify EIs? What is E1, what is E2, what is E3? How to identify what are EIs? Listen this carefully. What they are asking in the question, From that only we will identify EIs, what they are asking in the question. Okay, you please focus on what they are asking in the question. Look here, find the probability that the ball is drawn from first bag. See, find the probability that the ball is drawn from first bag. What to from this? See here what they are asking from this. From this we can find out what are EIs, because Bayes theorem is all about calculating probability of EI by A. This is what formula we have from Bayes theorem. Probability of EI by A means probability of happening of EI given that A has already occurred. Probability of EI given that A has already occurred. So here what they are asking, find the probability that the ball is drawn from first bag. Find the probability that the ball is drawn from first bag. That means what about EIs? What is even probability that the ball is drawn from first bag? What is E2? Probability that the ball is drawn from second bag. In case in the question if third bag is there, E3 is selecting third bag, right? So here how to identify EIs? I'm saying here, after reading the question, you need to know these four things. Once you identify these four things from the question, Bayes theorem is dead easy. Please believe me. First point, how to identify EIs. See, in the question what they are asking, from that we can identify what are EIs. First bag. So, and what about A? A is the given information, because this is what Bayes theorem says. Probability of event EI, A has already occurred. See, first we selected one bag. One of two bags is selected at random and a ball is drawn from bag which is found to be red. This is the given data. This is event A. Okay, so first I'll write what is the given data. Okay, solution for this problem. Okay, so I need to write what is E1, what is E2, like that. E1, what is event E1? Event E1 is selecting bag 1. Selecting bag 1. I'll write bag 1. Selecting bag 1. E1 is selecting bag 1. What is E2? E2 is selecting bag 2. Okay, E2 is selecting bag 2. So you identify what are E1, what is E1, what is E2. Now you need to find out what is A. A will be calculated from the given data. See here what they given. They given that the ball found is to be red. The drawn ball from the bag which is found to be red, right? So here A is always given data. What is A? Drawn ball is red. I'll write that. Drawn ball is red. Okay, drawn ball is red. Now what is to be calculated? You see, you identified already these three things. What is to be calculated? See, find the probability that the ball is drawn from first bag. See here what I'll do, I'll just remove these things. I'll write probability of what they're asking. Ball is drawn from first bag. Look here, selecting ball is drawn from first bag. So we need to select bag 1. We know that drawn ball is red. Probability of selecting bag 1. We know that the drawn ball from bag 1 is red. So here we selected one bag and a ball is drawn. That ball is found to be red. What they are asking in the question, find the probability that the drawn ball is from the first bag. I hope you are understanding. These are confusing only. For me also it is confusing whether you are understanding or not. In case if you are understanding, please comment below, right? Okay. These are the things. I need to calculate P of E1 by A. What is P of E1 by A? Here this is a Bayes theorem derivative formula actually. P of, 1 minute. This is Bayes theorem formula. P of EI by A. Here in place of EI, here what is there? E1 is there. So in this formula, wherever I is there we will write 1, right? Okay, so I'll write this formula here, P of E1 by A. Okay, probability of E1 by A. Probability of E1 by A. What is the formula? In this, where I is there you write 1. Okay. Numerator you observe probability of E1 into probability of A by E1. See, where I is there I written 1. Okay. Whole divided by what is denominator? You see, j equal to 1 to n P of Ej into probability of A by Ej. Here j is 1 to n. 1 to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, up to what number you need to take? That depends upon how many EIs are there. Here E1, E2, 2 events are there. So here j value is what? Here j value is what? J value is from 1 to 2. So what I'll write here, look here, first in this, in place of j, you write 1 first. What you will get? Probability of E1 into probability of A by E1 plus why plus? Because it is summation plus. Next j value you put 2. What you will get? Probability of E2 into probability of A by E2. So we want to calculate this. To calculate this is the formula from Bayes theorem. You need to know this also first of all, right? To calculate probability of E1 by A, what things needed? Probability of E1, right? Probability of E1, probability of E2. So from the question we need to calculate what is probability of E1, what is probability of E2. Next, you see, in this formula we need probability of A by E1, probability of A by E2 also needed. So we will calculate those things by reading the question. Okay, right? Now this is the formula. No? Before writing this formula, I need few things. First one is probability of E1. See here, I need probability of E1, probability of E2. Okay, first probability of E1. Okay, probability of E1. What is probability of E1? E1 is what? Selecting bag 1. Total how many bags are there? Total 2 bags are there. In the question, total 2 bags are there. What is the probability of selecting first bag? See, total 2 bags are there. So total 2 number of results. What is the probability of selecting bag 1? Means only bag 1, only 1 bag is there, bag 1. Bag 2 means 2 bags will be there, right? So bag 1. Probability of E1 is 1 by 2. I hope you understand this. Total 2 bags are there. What is the probability of selecting bag 1? Means number of favorable results 1, total number of results 2. Okay. Probability of E2. Probability of E2. That means what is the probability that selecting second bag from 2 bags? Total results 2 results are there. I'll write divided by 2. Bag 2. Bag 2. Only one bag is there of bag 2, right? 1 by 2. Right. So as I need probability of E1, probability of E2, I calculated that. Now what I need? I need probability of A by E1. Look here, probability of A by E1, probability of A by E2. Once you know these two things, we'll just substitute in the formula and we'll get the answer. Okay. Probability of A by E1. See, I said na conditional probability knowledge is needed. I'll write direct answer here. I am not going to use probability of A intersection E1 divided by probability of E1. I am not going to use conditional probability formula. But what knowledge I have based on conditional probability, I am going to write the answer directly. What is this meaning? Probability of A, we know that E1 is already occurred. What is E1? Selecting bag 1. So the question is, the probability of drawn ball is red. The probability that drawn ball is red. We know that we selected bag 1. We selected bag 1. I hope you are understanding. What is this meaning? Probability of A. A is what? Drawn ball is red. That means what is the probability that drawn ball is red? and this is what, this is already occurred. What is E1? That E1 is selecting bag 1. We selected bag 1, right? So you observe the question, bag 1, I named this as bag 1. Observe, bag 1 contains 4 red, 4 black balls. Bag 1 contains 4 red, 4 black balls. So here, what is P of A by E1? Total how many balls are there? Total 8 balls are there. So 8C1, you are selecting one ball only. You drawn a ball, right? A ball is drawn from the bag. So total 8 possible results are there. And what is the probability that the drawn ball is red? Drawn ball is red. How many red balls are there? You observe the question. You observe the question, total 4 red balls are there. So this is what? 4 by 8. 4 by 8 is nothing but 1 by 2. So we calculated probability of A by E1 also. Now I need probability of A by E2. Okay. Probability of A by E2. What it means? The probability that the drawn ball is red. We know that we selected E2. E2 is what? E2 is already occurred. E2 means selecting bag 2. Probability that the drawn ball is red and selecting bag 2. Okay. So what is the probability second bag? You observe the details of second bag. In second bag, 2 red, 6 black balls are there. 2 red, 6 black balls are there. Okay. Total number of balls, 8. Favorable results. Drawn ball is red. How many red balls are there? 2. Probability knowledge is needed. Little bit of probability knowledge is needed. Explaining all the things now is a difficult task. Okay. 2 by 8. 2 in this 4 times. So what you will get? 1 by 4. So we need to calculate probability of E1 by A. This is what we understand after reading the question. Probability of E1 by A formula is this one. Now what are needed? Those things I calculated. Now what I'll do, I'll just substitute all these things in the formula. Substitute probability of E1. What is probability of E1? 1 by 2. Probability of A by E1, 1 by 2 whole divided by. See here, probability of E1. What is probability of E1? 1 by 2 into probability of A by E1. What is probability of A by E1? Probability of A by E1 is 1 by 2. Okay. Plus probability of E2. What is probability of E2? Probability of E2 is 1 by 2. Okay, 1 by 2 into probability of A by E2. See here, probability of A by E2 is what? Probability of A by E2 is 1 by 4. 1 by 4. Now you simplify this, you will get the answer. In the numerator, it is 1 by 4. Okay. In the denominator, what you will get? 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. Okay. 1 by 4 whole divided by, LCM is 8 in the denominator. 2 plus 1. Okay. 4 in this how many times? 2 times. So what you got here? 1 minute. Okay. What you got here? That equal to 1 divided by 3 by 2. 1 divided by 3 by 2. 1 divided by 3 by 2 is what? 1 divided by 3 by 2 is nothing but 2 by 3. Right. So what we calculated? Probability of E1 by A. So probability of E1 by A equal to 2 by 3. I hope you understand this solution. Right. You please comment below that I am explaining the things again and again so that you are feeling bored in this video. My intention is I want you to understand the things easily. I don't want you to confuse. That's why because this is online class now. If it is offline class, by asking some questions to students, I can find out whether they are understanding or not. Now I am confused actually a little bit whether you are understanding or not. Right? Please comment. Now see, next question. This is reading the question takes some time in this exercise number 13.3. Okay, try to understand what they are asking. Of the students in a college, okay, of the students in a college, it is known that 60% reside in hostel. That means 60% of the students are hostlers. Okay, and they given that 40% are day scholars. 40% are day scholars. Day scholars means the students who are not residential, who are not hostelers, who are not hostelers. Okay, day scholars. Okay, uh, previous year's report says that they are saying that previous year result reports that 30% of all students who reside in hostel attains A grade and 20% of day scholar students attain grade A. See here what happened. Previous results reports that 30% of all the students who reside in hostel attain A grade. 30% of the students got A grade, as 20% of day scholars attain A grade. That means hostelers are more hostelers are getting A grade than day scholars. Okay, in their annual examination. At the end of the year, one student is chosen at random from the college. So till now what they given here, till now what is the data here, that is all related to question. Now onwards actual thing starts. What is the actual thing? One student is chosen at random from the college and he has A grade. We selected one student from the college and that student is of A grade. Okay, this is important information actually. He has A grade. This is the given data. Now, in this Bayes theorem, what is very, very important? You need to identify what are E1, E2, E3. In this question, E1, E2 are there. I'll tell you those things also. What is A and what is to be calculated? If you know these four things, from the question, doing these problems are very easy. Okay. How to identify EIs? First point. I said in last problem also, what they are asking in the question, based on that we can decide. You see what they are asking in the question, please observe. What is the probability that? What is the probability that? That means this is the question here. What is the probability that the student is hostler? What is the probability that the student is hostler? Okay, here the probability that the student is hostler, we'll remove this, that the student is hostler. Probability that the student is hostler. Actually Bayes theorem formula is what? Probability of EI by A equal to some formula is there. We want probability of EI. What they are asking, what is this meaning? Probability of EI. A has already occurred. EI is what? Probability that the student is hostler. That means what is E1? Student is hostler. What is E2? Student is day scholar. After reading the question, you need to understand what is E1, what is E2. If you understand that, these problems are very easy. I hope you are understanding what I am trying to say. Right? So here I'll write what are E1, what are E2. Okay. What is E1? E1 is what? Student is hostler. Okay. Student is hostler. Student is hostler. What is E2? E2 is student is day scholar. Student is day scholar. Okay, student is day scholar. Student is day scholar. After reading the question, we understand this. What is E1? What is E2? Only two types of students are there. One is residential, another one is day scholars. Residential students, that means hostel students, and day scholar students. Okay. What is A? A is always given data. Before they'll ask what is to be calculated, they'll say in last problem, after drawing a ball, drawn ball is found that drawn ball is red. That is the given data. Here they selected one student. You see here one student is chosen at random and they found that he has grade A. That means what we'll write here, a selected student has A grade. I'll write here what is A. A is selected student. Selected student has A grade. Selected student has A grade. Okay, what is to be calculated? The probability that the student is hostler. Hostler is there in E1, right? What is to be calculated? We need to calculate probability of E1 by A. I hope you are understanding. We need to calculate probability of E1 by A. Suppose if they are asking what is the probability that the student is day scholar, then what is to be calculated? We need to calculate probability of E2 by A, right? Probability of E2 by A. I hope you are all understanding, right? In case if they ask the student what is the probability that the student is day scholar, then you need to calculate probability of E2 by A. See here what these four things are there, those things we identified. That means now you need to calculate probability of E1 by A. In last problem also we calculated probability of E1 by A, and this number of EIs are 2 only in last problem also. So what is probability of E1 by A? I'll just simply copy instead of writing all the things. This is probability of E1 by A. Copy this. Okay, probability of E1 by A. This is the formula. See here, in case if there is E3 also is there, in case here E3 also there, then what happens here? Plus probability of E3 into probability of A by E3, that we will write. Okay, so now to do this further, you must know what is P of E1, what is probability of E2. You must calculate what is probability of A by E1, what is probability of A by E2. If you know these things, we will substitute in this formula and we will get the answer. Okay, so what I will do here, first I will calculate the things which are needed. Okay, this is not needed now. Let's delete this one. Okay, right, see, I'll calculate probability of E1. Probability of E1. What is the probability of E1? Probability that the student is hostler. E1 means what? The student is hostler. We select one student now. From a college we will select one student. What is the probability that the selected student is hostler? In a college, how many hostlers are there? You see, in a college 60% of the students are hostlers. 60% of students are hostlers. That means out of 100, 60 students are hostlers. What is the probability that the selected student is hostler? Means total 100 students are there. If in percentage wise they given a 60% means 60 by 100 we will write. Out of 100 students, 60 students are hostlers. That is what they mentioned, 60% students are hostlers. So probability of E1 I calculated. Now I need probability of E2. What is E2? The selected student is a day scholar. What is the probability that the selected student is day scholar? Probability of E2. What is the probability that the selected student is day scholar? How many day scholar students are there here? 40% day scholar students are there. So what you will write here? 40 divided by 100. Now in the formula you see we need probability of A by E1. We need probability of A by E2. Okay, I need probability of A by E1. What is probability of A by E1? Probability that student has A grade. Probability that student has A grade. We know that E1 is already occurred. That means student is from hostler because E1 is hostler. I hope you are understanding. What is probability of A by E1 meanings? Probability that selected student has A grade. We know that, what do you know? We know that the student is from hostler. See here, previous year results says that, look here, previous year results report that 30% of all students who reside hostel attain A grade. Hostler, E1 means hostler. 30% of hostlers are getting A grade from the previous year result. So probability of A by E1 is what? 30 by 100, because in the question they given 30% of hostlers attaining A grade. Okay. Now, as per the formula, we need probability of A by E2. Probability of A by E2, I will calculate that. Probability of A by E2. What does this mean? Probability that student has A grade. Probability that student has A grade. We know that student is day scholar. See what I am trying to explain here, if you can understand easily when you are good in exercise number 13.1. If you are not good in exercise number 13.1, it is a little messy. You cannot understand, right? Probability of A by E2 means probability that the student has A grade. we know that he is a day scholar. Uh, See, day scholar students, how many are getting A grade? In the question they given, 20% of day scholars attain A grade, right? 20%. So that means 20 divided by 100. I hope you are understanding. Okay. Now what I'll do, all these things I'll substitute in this P of E1 by A formula. Substitute P of E1, that is 60 divided by 100 into P of A by E1. You see, P of A by E1, that is 30 divided by 100. 30 divided by 100 whole divided by P of E1. What is P of E1? 60 divided by 100 into P of A by E1, that is 30 divided by 100 plus P of E2. Look here, P of E2. What is P of E2? 40 divided by 100. 40 divided by 100 into P of A by E2. What is P of A by E2? 20 divided by 100. Right? If we simplify, actually this zeros we can cancel, I think. Right? Cancel these zeros. 0, 0, 1 0 will get cancelled. Good. Cancel zeros. What you will get in the numerator, 18 divided by 100 whole divided by 18 divided by 100 plus 4 2s are 8 divided by 100. Okay, so 18 divided by 100 whole divided by, in the denominator LCM is 100. What you will get in the numerator? 18 plus 8. 18 plus 8 is what? 18 plus 8 is 26. Okay, 26. This 100 will get cancelled. So what you will get here? 18 divided by 26. 2 table 9 times, 2 table 13 times. So what you got? This is 9 divided by 13. What is this 9 divided by 13? This one. Look here. What is this? Probability of E1 by A. So what we calculated? We calculated probability of E1 by A. That means the probability that the student is hostler. We know that what they are asking in the question, the probability that the student is hostler. Look here in the question what they are asking. The probability that the student is hostler, we know that student has A grade. So what is the probability that student is hostler and he has A grade? The probability is 9 divided by 13. I hope you understand this class. These problems are little confusing, but the only idea is, after reading the question, you need to identify what are EIs, what is A, what is to be calculated. In Bayes theorem, for every problem you need to look for these things only. Once you identified these things, doing this problem is very easy, right? I hope you understand this class. In case if you like this video, please drop a like and share this video with your friends. In case if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe now. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.